What does it mean to have a spiritual awakening? People talk a lot about having spiritual awakenings, awakening spiritually. So what does that mean, and how does that benefit you in your daily life? I mean, you still have to go to work, you still have to earn money, you still have to perform so many duties that you might have in your life, right? So let's say you're a family person, you have a wife or husband, you have children, you have to work, you have to provide for them or whatever it is. And now you have a spiritual awakening. How's that going to change your life, actually? You still have to do all the things you have to do, right? I mean, the worst thing you can think of as a married person is if your partner has a spiritual awakening and then wants to go and live in the Himalayas and give up their whole lifestyle. Not very good parenting strategy. And so actually spiritual awakening isn't, that's not what we're talking about. I mean, that might be one person's spiritual awakening, that they end up going to the Himalayas and giving up their whole life. But ideally you want to have a spiritual awakening which is very practical. And so there's a way to live in your normal life, but have a different consciousness, have a spiritual consciousness. So in one sense, a person that is not spiritually awake, or is a materialistic person living on the material platform, may look exactly the same as someone who is spiritually conscious, but who is also performing those duties, who is also a family person, providing for the family, and so on and so forth. But the difference is in consciousness. Obviously you can't really see the consciousness, although there will be signs if you look closer. So the difference is intention. If you have a spiritual intention, then the ultimate end result is different, in the sense that you'll use your money, differently, and you'll teach your children certain values that are, have a spiritual foundation and will prepare them for their eternal journey. Whereas somebody who is more materialistic will have a more short-sighted type of, approach. Their values, their teachings will be focused around what you can do in this life only, and it'll be around achieving things that a spiritual-minded person will also need to achieve. They'll also need to earn money. They'll also need to, do various things. But there's just an added layer. There's an added element in the parent's teachings to their child, if the parent is more spiritually aware.